Okay, pollen traps. So this is a review on the Apimaye 10 frame wooden hive body adapter bottom board and the Sundance wooden pollen trap. So this one, first of all, is a bottom board, and it can also be used as a pollen trap. So I bought it for a pollen trap to compare to the Sundance, see how they do. This one is about half the price. I think they're $55, and occasionally Apimaye runs a discount for, I believe, around 10% off. So you can pick this one up for around $50, and this one is, I believe, $89 or 90 something, so almost half the price for this one. The pluses are it's also a bottom board. You can use it as just a screen bottom board, a solid bottom board, pollen trap. You can close off your hive with it. It's got a landing board. It's solid plastic. You don't have to paint it, and they tout it as being durable. One thing I will say, I had a piece of plastic in my shrink wrap in the package that I was wondering where it came from, and I found it was on the pollen tray. So not 100% indestructible. I guess it got banged around or something during assembly, and they put it in and slammed it in. No telling, but that broke. Not a big deal. Still seems like it's going to function. But on to the review. So the Apimaye comes with a front landing board, which is nice. Gives the bees plenty of space to land and come into the hive. You can flip it up. It's got a, let's put this box on. It's got a little lock that you can screw into the front, flip it up, and then lock the bottom entrance into landing board into position. I'm not planning on transporting them like this. This is going to be stationary, so I'm not going to use that. With the entrance reducer, you can have it fully closed or open one side, open both sides, and then you can adjust the openings, or you can completely remove it. You wouldn't have the pollen trap in, just let the bees come in the full width, and you have a full bottom entrance that way. When you do want to collect pollen, let's get rid of this for now. So when you do want to collect pollen, there's a tray here. It's got a little handle on it, so that's how you know which way it goes. Slide the tray out. This is your pollen trap. Allows the bees to come in and knock the pollen sacs off of their legs. It is nice and rounded, so not a real jagged, sharp edge. When you want to collect, you just slide it right in. You can see here the entrance. The bees will come through those holes, and your trap just goes right over the top, so they have to come in through there, come in up through the top, knocks the pollen off. It falls through the screen bottom board and into your pollen trap. Now, one thing I don't really like about this one is there's no cover over this. So Apimaye, if you're listening, it'd be nice to have a little built-in cover that just comes right on the top, enough to let the bees through. Wouldn't have to be very high, and that would shield it from any mites, any trash from the hive that would fall through, because right now it's going to fall through and it's going to mix with your pollen. So when you pull the tray out, it's going to not be 100% pure pollen. It's going to have anything else from the hive that decides to fall through. When you're not using the pollen trap, pull that out. I would take the tray out too, just to keep it from getting real nasty with other stuff. You can put oil in the board, diatomaceous earth, anything you want to try to help with pests, and just slide it in and you're good to go. This little cover here, little cap, when you don't have the pollen trap in, if you don't want the bees coming through the back, you want to pop that in right where that pollen tray was, the pollen trap. So just cap that in when you're not using it, slide it out when you want to use it, put your collection tray in, and then slide your pollen trap in. And then there you're ready to collect pollen. So that's the Apimaye. Overall, I think with the price it's at right now, not a bad purchase, considering you have a bottom board, pollen trap, you know, a way to put diatomaceous earth, oil, anything for hive beetles, do mite drop counts. Not a bad investment. Okay, now on to the Sundance pollen trap. This one's all wood, so you would need to stain it, seal it, paint it in order to make it last. It has a cover over the top, so anything from the hive that's going to fall gets stopped by the cover. It doesn't fall into the pollen trap. When you slide the trap out, which is on the back side, this is where you'll collect the pollen from. You'll notice that it doesn't go all the way. So this part stops under the shield. So anything that's going in here is pollen from the bees. All the other stuff's going to land on here. Could fall through, but it's not going to go in here. It's going to go through here. So that I do like about the Sundance. Pretty easy to pull this out. It's tapered so that it doesn't collect rainwater there. Overall, nice design. It's a lot deeper than the Apimaye, a lot wider. So this is going to hold quite a bit more pollen than the Apimaye does. The design on this, the bees come in through the bottom. So when it's sitting on your bottom board, the bees come in through the bottom. They can't get in through here through the bottom side of the pollen trap. Let's just take that out for now. So they go up through the sides and then come through and crawl up under that solid lid, and then when they crawl through the bigger screen, that knocks the pollen off and it falls into the pollen trap there. There's also escape cones, little metal escape cones, and that allows the bees to come from the hive, out the combs, and then out the bottom entrance when you're collecting pollen. When you're not collecting pollen, I'll put this on for a clearer image. So right now it's collecting pollen. When you're not collecting pollen, you just loosen this, and that board slides down, allows the bees to just come straight in and up into the hive. Now the one design flaw, so Sundance, if you're listening, this is hard to raise back up when it's on the hive. So not impossible, just difficult. So if you put a knob or screw or something in there to grab it, that would make it pretty nice. So this is it in the pollen collection stage. And you know, I wouldn't, on either one of these, I wouldn't collect pollen but maybe once or twice a week. If you're going to do it twice, I'd say give them a couple days in between to get some for themselves, and then go ahead and do it for the second day. But more than that, and you're probably taking too much pollen from them. Yeah, that's it. That's the review on the Apimaye versus the Sundance pollen traps. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment in the comment section if you have any comments or questions. Thank you.